Hello! Welcome to part 3 of these 3 bite-sized videos all about preparing for keto and fasting.
Hi, I'm Liz Scattergood and I'm a clinical holistic therapist.
And I'm Scats. I'm a musician and music therapist with type 2 diabetes. Help yourselves to what we're learning by doing this. Subscribe,
and click on the bell.
We did points 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 on the first 2 videos. This is points 7, 8, 9 and 10, the final of the top 10 tips. And
well done.
Let's start. Yeah, I know. Top 10 tips, top 10 tips, top 10 tips. Number 7. Set realistic targets. Set a goal for yourself, the target weight you want to be.
If you're using keto to lose weight.
If you're using it for health, then your target is health.
And staying well.
But this point, I think, particularly is all about setting a target for weight reduction. Don't make it, I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks.
It ain't going to happen. It's a really good idea. We've started keeping diaries so that we can chart where our weight is, what we're eating, things like that. You don't have to be, completely fastidious about it. I just put weight I was at night and just a brief sort of description of what I've eaten. And if I've had, I don't know, say for example, if I've had a glass of wine or 2, then I'll put that in as well. Mm-hmm. And it just gives you a good idea of where you are.
Yeah. I'm a bit more fastidious, I think, because I've got an app which I've mentioned on our other videos, and you actually put in exactly what foods are in all of the recipes you've had, and I found that I've got used to it now, so it's not a difficult task to do it. It's got my calories, my percentages, my macros, everything like that. We've also got a set of scales which is digital, and it sends the message to apps on our phones as well.
It's also helpful if you have a journal, because if you're having a bad week, if you're plateauing, something like that, then it can be really good to just look back and go, okay, well, look how much I've lost so far, and it just kind of chivies you on to keep going.
It does, yeah.
So
really
I had a couple of weeks ago, I had a plateau week. Last week, in fact, was plateau week for me. I was kind of going up 0.1 and going down 0.2, and it was a little bit kind of, I'm not losing anything. But then I do the weight loss each week on a Friday, and so from this Friday just gone to the Friday before, I'd lost 2.6 pounds.
And that's a realistic goal.
And that's a realistic goal. You don't want to be losing too much more than that. Yeah. It's slow, and we have to be patient.
You might find when you start on keto that your weight does drop off.
Yeah.
Quite a bit in the first stage.
Do you know the reason for that?
I
found that out this week.
Fantastic, new news.
The reason that we drop off our weight so quickly in the beginning is because carbohydrates or glycogen actually hang on to water. So a lot of the weight that you lose to start off with is the water weight disappearing. And when your kidneys and your liver start kicking in really well, then you'll need to start drinking a lot more water. So you will find that the water weight will go first.
So don't worry when it's been dropping off really fast, and then it starts to steady out and you start going down a couple of pounds a week. Yeah. That's natural.
Just as long as you're feeling well, and then everything's good.
Number 8. Shopping, yes.
We kind of like shopping. So probably the best advice we can give you about the shopping is make a list.
Yeah. Don't go shopping on an empty stomach.
No, please don't do that.
You've already made your recipes list.
Yes.
And hopefully menus for 2 weeks. So all you need to do is do your shopping for your 2 or 3 days worth of fresh food.
Whatever block of time you have available, because obviously people are different. Some people shop for a week, some people only shop from day to day.
It's best to buy fresh food,
yes,
not packaged food. We're saying this, and some people will say, well, we can't afford all these organic, fresh foods, all the best foods. But bear in mind that you're eating a lot less.
Yeah.
And if you're fasting and only eating 2 meals a day, you're eating even less than less.
We've actually saved money on our food bills massively, and we're buying organic wherever we can. Also local produce as well is something that we want to emphasise, because obviously then it doesn't have to go so far. When food is travelling, they have to put stuff in it in order to preserve it. So making sure that you buy somewhere local means that it's going to be fresher.
Yeah. Or grow it in your own garden.
Grow it in your own garden, that's what I'm doing. Just
You're not
over
being
there
told.
are cucumbers and tomatoes and all sorts of things.
If you have any menu items or recipes that you want to share below in the comments, then do that. Yes, we're always up for
Yes,
recipes.
please. Yeah.
I've got an app which has got loads and loads of recipes on there. You know, I've been wading through some of them and they're not
That's
all the
hard
ones I
work,
want.
though.
Yeah, it is hard work. And a lot of them have got, it's an American app. So a lot of them have American sauces that you add to it, which I don't know what's in them. And usually
Yeah.
probably they have sugar in them. And
Yeah.
you know, like ranch dressing, for example, I'm sure that is loaded with sugar.
Possibly, yeah.
And it's probably got artificial additives and all those kind of
Yeah.
things in. So make your own.
Yeah, make it from
your own
scratch.
things. It tastes so much
Oh
better.
my god, and it's so fulfilling when you've actually made something really tasty and you eat it and it's yummy. So
Yeah.
there's nothing like it. It's fabulous. Something else I wanted to mention is that my lovely guru, who was my yoga teacher, who taught me how to be a yoga teacher, he always used to say, only eat happy food.
Yes.
Sad food is like processed and packaged and too much packaging. Fresh, happy food is stuff that you've grown yourself, organic, and there's been gambling bears in a field for many years. So
A little laughing avocado.
yeah. So happy food.
Point number 9. Keep your language positive.
It really, really works.
Listen to the difference in this. I'm losing weight. I'm reducing my weight. I'm gaining health. You see the difference between the
Yeah.
first one? The middle one is much better. The last one is even better than that.
Yeah,
Reducing is not too
reducing
bad.
a source.
Because it's just,
Yeah.
that's gentle. Whereas
Yeah.
losing
Yeah.
feels like,
It's loss.
it's loss. You don't want
So-
to lose things, do you?
No. So this is the thing. Be good in the way that you speak to yourself as well. Both of us have had problems with self-image and low self-esteem over the years. A lot to do with the weight, but being positive is a really, really surefire way. Cheering each other on in every step of the way. And just being positive and that we're reducing weight, we're gaining health. And that's how we like to think of it. This lifestyle that we're doing, we've entertained now, is moving towards health and longevity. And even if we do put a little bit of weight on ever, then we just look back in the journal, go back to where we were a couple of weeks ago. You will have little spikes every now and again, but just keep in mind of the weight that you've lost up to now. You know, I mean,
Reduced.
yeah.
You see, we're learning all the time.
Or the weight that is gone.
Yes.
It's
It's gone. Is that
vanished.
negative or not? No, it's vanished.
Yeah.
That makes it like Harry Potter, doesn't it?
Yes,
gone.
we are the Hogwarts of YouTube. And making sure that we keep our language positive, especially when we're talking about ourselves. It's very, very easy to go, oh, I'm just fat and I'm overweight and blah, blah, blah. It's not good for you. Just say, look, I'm now doing something to improve my health and to reduce my mass. And you're supporting yourself. The number one support system should be you, yourself, even if you're just on your own without a network. But now you have a network with us.
Do. So, comment below.
Yes.
Ask us things. Talk to us. Give us your positive language. Point number 10.
10.
Get a dog.
Yeah.
Get yourself a dog. I
We
know.
love our dogs, don't we?
We do, yes. Our lovely Luna, Pippity Scatter dog. This isn't necessarily about getting a dog. We always say get a dog, but it's about exercise.
Yeah.
And having the drive to exercise every day. And we're not talking about exercise where you're belting around and sweating all over the place
No.
and going into the gym and weight training and all that kind of thing. The best way to lose fat, the best way to burn fat is what kind of exercise?
Aerobic.
Aerobic. And that doesn't mean cardio, really fast.
It's just
Keep
long.
your heart below 120 BPM, that kind of figure. It varies for different people depending on your weight and your age.
Yeah.
But keep below that. Walking is fantastic. Slow cycling,
Yeah.
those kind of things. Yoga is really good for it
Yoga's
too.
very good. Good stretchy exercises, things like that will actually help you to aid digestion and things like that. Also, just swimming as well is a good one. Nice slow breaststroke, not too fast. Huffing and puffing means that we're burning glucose and not burning fat. When we're doing aerobic exercise, we're actually burning 70% fat and 30% glucose, or roughly thereabouts. When we go into anaerobic, when we're huffing and puffing, we're actually burning more glucose exclusively. And also our cortisol levels will rise as well, which is also something that we need to keep down when we're doing the keto diet.
Yes.
But we'll go into that another time.
We will. That's 2 separate videos,
Yeah.
the cortisol stress one and
Yeah,
the exercise. We'll talk about all of those in 2 different videos.
Yeah.
That's the end of this series of 3 videos. We hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Put your comments below. Make sure you subscribe and click on the bell. That's important, not just for you, because then you'll get all the information, but it's important to us too, because we love to speak to a lot of you.
We want to be your support network, and you to be ours too. That's the whole point. We want to be doing this together. And if there's anything that you'd like us to talk about, then please mention it in the comments as well.
Yeah.
And then we can either research it if we don't know already, or we can actually talk about it if we do know something.
Yeah, and if you've got any questions for Pippity Scatterdog, then woof after the beep.
Indeed.
Okay, we'll see you in the next video.
Okay, bye.
Bye.